Hello guys, welcome back to the weekly review, and right now we are looking at US30, and oh boy, like we had this beautiful buy setup just moments ago, because you can see we did, if we remove this one right there, we did have that ascending triangle, right? We had an ascending triangle, and so upon breakup we're like perfect entry. But also again, if you see this downward trend line which started there, again we can see that the market did come for a retest. So now again, that's a stronger confirmation of it closing above. So perfect buy entry, right, setting our targets. But boy, did we not see the fundamental analysis, right? We forgot about the fundamental analysis, and it did not take us out, because when it gave us this doji right here, we're like, okay, it's gonna give us a retest and then finally shoot up. But then see that candlestick right there, we massively dropped. But yeah, that's gonna be for today. But we did have, at least again for the week, we did have a sell setup right here, where we did have a breakout, right? A breakout and then a retest, and then we did take that sell entry, which was a win for the week, right? But if you just look at how the market did start, right? That the market did start, we did see that if we just move this one right here, at the start of the week we did have that descending triangle. So you could have taken your sell entry just right here, right? The market did come again, also give us a retest, so you could have also entered your sell entry right there, took that sell, which was also a great entry. But also, if you missed that one, you could have entered again, which we did enter at this one at the retest of that entry, because you can have seen that this again was a long time, upward trend, and the market did break up and gave us a retest, so you could have entered at that retest. But with this one right here, we could also see that, where you can see that the market did close and shut down, we could see that, okay, we did have those retests right there, right, confirming that downward, that movement right there, guys. This just falls me, guys. The fact that we didn't identify just falls me. But yeah, that's gonna be it for US30 for the week. Now if we take a look at German, you can see at the start of the week we were there at the top, now dropping, right? So you could have came in, the market did come drop, gave us that retest, so you could have taken your sell entry at this retest, looking at this area as your first target, your second target, and you could have taken your overall target somewhere right there, right, looking at past historical data, right? But you can see that the market now did move down, gave us that falling wedge, right? Gave us that falling wedge, as you can see, and then the market now is building momentum towards the upside. Throughout the week was building momentum towards the upside. You can see now it now gave us higher highs and higher lows, showing that the market is now reversing, right? But we did again have that small spike upon the fundamental announcement today. But everything else went according to analysis. So no, only that potential huge sell right there, where you could have had capitalized on 208 pips. So if you capitalize on that movement, well done. But yeah, you can see that this again is another resistance area where the market is playing around as well. But also you can see that it's the end of the week, so no major movements will happen on that. But also what we can see for today is that let me just load. What we can see for today is we do have those few, but they're not gonna really affect us that much, right? So yeah, that's gonna be it for Germany. Looking at gold, you can see that at the start of the week we were starting out again, of course, in that resistance area with that downward trend line, as you can see. So that was a downward trend line, right? So we were looking now for sell entries at this point, because now we can see that the downward trend line, we're at the top of that downward trend line, and we're also in the resistance area. But the market did shoot up, give us that fake out, and then came back again, right? When it did touch here again, we're looking with our first touch, second touch, this is support area. So when it came back, we're looking at the market might bounce up, shot back up, and it did bounce. But what we saw that we hit our first touch, second touch, and third touch, so we could see that it closed below the trend line. So now this is also a, you could be looking for sell entries, and you can saw this. Okay, we had the first bearish, second bearish, taking your, then your sell entry here, looking at this three black crows, right? Kind of taking your sell entry right there, also confirmation that we are below that, and still. And you could have also went on a lower minute time frame to look for more let me just load, right? You can see that it did give us that retest right there, so you could have on a slower time frame could have exactly entered there instead of waiting for them for here. But yeah, again, we did have those movements, right? It did shoot out. Now when it came here, what we were seeing, you can see we are seeing that now this is a bearish flag, right? We're seeing a potential for bearish flag. So when the market was here, it might shoot down to this area before shooting back up, right? That's what we're seeing with that bearish flag. And as you can see, we did have our first touch, second touch, so we're confirming that bearish flag. But then the market did again break down, but we can see that we did have that support area there where the market did come and give us a double bottom and then short back out, looking for reversals right now, reversals. And then we can see we do have this resistance area right here. So when the market closes, give us for a retest, right, broke above and give us a retest, you're taking that buy entry, looking at the invalidation of this bearish flag pattern, taking that buy entry, looking this as your first target, right, looking that as your first target and looking this area here as your overall target. But yeah, the market did come again, give us a retest. Now when it did shot up, you can see that we did have a rising wedge, and again a rising wedge is a form of continuation or a reversal pattern. But looking at that, we are at that resistance area and at the top of that downward trend, so we're now looking for sell entries at this point. But the market did shoot up again, but it did again shut down, so we could still be looking for sell entries, but it's the end of the week, so we're not gonna really look too much into it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for gold. Looking at US 100, and you can see at the start of the week, right, if we just remove this one right there, you can see at the start of the week we did have that descending triangle. So at that descending triangle, upon market retest, you could take it that sell entry, looking at this area here as your target, right, which you actually click at this entry right here as your target, and you'd have capitalized on 150 something pips. So that was a good entry. The market did again give us that retest right there, consolidating just right there, that consolidation phase right there, because we did have just touched that. So you can see that consolidation, but what you can also see that this was also another bearish flag, and then the market did respect this bearish flag because it did break and then break down. So you could have taken that sell entry again here, looking at this bearish flag. But then you can see that it did consolidate right there, reaching our support area right here. So when it did give us the support and give us that retest right here, you have taken your buy entry, looking at this area here as your take profit target. But also with this here, again, you can see that we did have a rising wedge right here. We did have a rising wedge, and of course the market did shut down obeying that rising wedge pattern. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the weekly review. Hopefully like, share, comment, subscribe, and what a hectic week, guys. We did learn some things, but this is the importance of the journey, learning and discovering and mastering, not necessarily but just understanding trades and how the market moves. But yeah, peace.